Imagine a life of constant evolution and exploration, fueled by a purpose so resonant you can see it in the night sky, your very own North Star. And now ask yourself, what if you looked at every obstacle, every setback, not as a hindrance, but a devouring dragon who is merely sharpening you to fulfill a bigger role? It may sound like a nugget of motivational wisdom, the kind of turn of phrase that you might scroll past on your social media feed. But what if I said that this belief wasn't merely about maintaining good feelings, but instead it is steeped in a philosophy as old as the hills that has dictated the lives of thousands? This philosophy is Stoicism, a practical framework for living that serves not only to help us withstand adversity, but to invite it in to help turn our struggles into strengths. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into this ancient wisdom, how its eternal principles can illuminate our way, and especially in times of darkness. Stoicism provides a framework not only for enduring the storms of life, but also for coming through the other side stronger, resilient, and with a purpose. Be it personal struggles, career strife, or the sense that the grind never ends, Stoic principles can be your North Star, a roadmap for going from just surviving to truly thriving. If you've ever felt like you're stuck in a hamster wheel, if you've ever wondered how to find peace in the middle of the story we call our lives, or if you're curious about how ancient wisdom is relevant for us today, you're right where you need to be. Come in and learn the life-changing lessons of Stoicism together with me, learning how to turn obstacles into opportunities and to turn predicaments into stepping stones to a life filled with direction and purpose, dignity and resilience. Join me in a journey of transformation, there where the challenges will lead us to our best selves. And while you're at it, join me on this life-changing journey and subscribe. Everything has been planned just to inspire you, uplift you, and empower you. Don't miss a single moment of this magical journey. And now, I ask you this. Have you ever found that you are living under your potential? Maybe you've surfed through days, weeks, or even years without examining the limits you've imposed on yourself. It's a reality for many, but it doesn't have to be yours. That one word indirect of a deceptively simple question, why not, becomes so powerful. This simple question can destroy the fear and doubts and complacency that keep us small and in retreat from our dreams. Here's where we'll combine this idea with Stoic philosophy. Stoics are not passive people. They didn't let life just happen around them. Rather, they embraced a philosophical examination of their own lives, scrutinizing their decisions and behavior in the context of virtue and creation. When looking at a decision or challenge, a Stoic might reflect and ask, why not choose the path toward growth? It's not about taking wild risks. It's about consciously making choices that are consistent with your highest values and aspirations. And so, when you come to a crossroads and are afraid to step into the unknown, stop and ask, why not? Why not go for that promotion you have been wanting? Why not begin the creative project you've been wanting to do? Why not go out on a limb toward a better, more meaningful life? It is these pauses that often shape our futures. But this question is also about outside opportunities. It also challenges us to face the obstacles we erect against ourselves, the self-doubt, the fear of failure, the lure of staying comfortable. Asking why not is to step outside your comfort zone and wean yourself off your untapped potential. Consider the Stoic greats, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca. They didn't flinch in the face of adversity. They embraced it, understanding that when struggles came, as they always do, it was virtue and strength that were being tested. Similarly, when you ask yourself, why not? You're entering life's arena, ready to engage totally, to grow, and to learn. This works in the same way as the Stoic concept of prokopton, or the one making progress. The Stoics never preached perfection. They recognized that growth is a lifetime journey. They chose to concentrate on things they could influence, such as their thoughts, actions, and reactions. And that's what I'm asking you to focus on as well. Not the unattainable ideal of perfection, but the daily practice of progress. Growth is the soul of a life worth living, whether it's striving to succeed at work, developing deeper intimacy in your relationships, or creating inner peace. The heart of fulfillment is about movement towards something greater. By committing to improvement, you're embodying the Stoic virtue of self-mastery, not for the sake of applause, but in order to be the truest version of you. But understand that the pursuit of improvement does not mean being overly hard or unforgiving on yourself. It's the practice of relentless, compassionate dedication to your growth. Celebrate small wins along the way and remain open to what's next. See failure as a learning experience. In the words of the Stoics, failures are lessons, not losses. So how do you cultivate this growth obsession? Map out purposeful goals that align with your true values. Spend some time every day assessing what you are doing in relation to what you want. Face them squarely, as if they are opportunities that should stretch, reach, and grow your physical stature and professional skills. Most importantly, stay curious and adaptable, knowing that the road of growth has no end. You can always be working to master the next skill, embody the next virtue, peel back the next layer of yourself. In this infinite game of evolving, you'll discover profound satisfaction. Let's embody this ceaseless dedication toward improvement, not as a goal to achieve, but as a way of life. Let's lift each other up and support each other in reaching new heights, taking charge of our own lives and doing so with purpose, fire, and growth. We can summarize Stoicism as a philosophy founded by resilience, discipline, and strong commitment to one's values. When Stoics became committed to something, they didn't do so lightly. They did their best, for the satisfaction of doing their best, not to get noticed or patted on the back, because they know living your life full out is the only way you can ever really feel your life and find the significance you long for. This attitude helps us remember that our worth lies not in the outcome of our tasks, but rather our authenticity and commitment behind the scenes. To give it your all means pouring your energy, focus, and effort into pursuits you care about. It's about getting up every day and deciding not to go through life passively, but instead taking action and making your action have intention. It's about establishing audacious aims and taking progressive and resolute strides toward them, even when the way forward seems uncertain or challenging. But it's not only the actions you take, it's the way you go about taking them. It means doing your best to show up regardless of where you are in your life. At a job, working on a project, a relationship with a friend or partner, or even personal growth. And when those unavoidable barriers occur, it's about facing them with courage and resilience, tapping into your inner strength to keep going. But how do you start going all in on every day? So your first task is to find out what really matters to you, your values, your passions, and the goals that align with your sense of purpose. The one and done step is go for those things 100% and have high standards for yourself. Not because you have to, but because you want to be separated from the rest of the crowd and live a life out of excellence and authenticity. Remember, applying your all isn't a single act, it's a practice. You recommit to it with every choice, move, With all the distractions, temptations, and noise around us, it's all too easy to get lost. But staying true to your path, whatever chaos the outside world may throw at you, is deeply powerful. And it's about honoring your journey, your goals, and your values. Even when the road gets rocky, the Stoics knew that life has many distractions, but they also believed in the power of perseverance. They realized that upholding their principles wasn't merely about effective goal-reaching, but living a life of character and integrity. For them, staying the course wasn't an option, it was a necessity. What does it mean to you to remain on your journey? It means being 100% clear on the direction you want to go with your life. It's figuring out who you are, what you're about, and what sort of life you want to create. Being true to your path does not mean being stubborn or inflexible. Rather, it means being adaptive, taking life lessons on board and adapting as you also ensure what you are doing aligns with your values. How do you ensure you stay on your path? Start with self-reflection. Take some time to reflect on your core values, your priorities, and your vision for your life. Put those values on paper. Return to them often. Let those values guide your making of decisions. Cultivate the discipline to do what is aligned with your values, even when it's hard or unfashionable. And when you face challenges, and you will, think of them as a test of your commitment, an opportunity to emerge even stronger in your resolve. We live in a world that often evaluates success in terms of external indicators: money, status, popularity. But what if we changed the definition of success to match our expectations? But as the Stoics teach us, in the end, success in life is not measured in worldly terms. It's the formation of character that matters. Success, as they see it, is about how virtuous a life you live, how honest, brave, wise, and just, no matter the circumstances. This reframing of success is liberating because it puts control squarely into our own hands. We may not get to choose what happens in the world around us, but we always get to choose what we do and who we are. To start redefining success, think about what you consider most valuable and what kind of person you want to be. Use that to create goals that stem from these values in terms of growth and how you can uplift and impact others in a positive way. In the Stoic worldview, success is not measured by what you accomplish as much as it is by how you respond to what you've overcome. It's about resilience, standing up for your values, living out your virtue. If you adopt this mindset, you will learn that all satisfaction comes from your character and not from the results you achieve. The need for external validation is more valuable to people who seem to be willing to pay the price of authenticity in today's world. And many of us do this thing, that we want to be approved by everyone else, and so we listen to what they say, and we start doing this. But Stoicism provides a potent counterexample: the notion that real freedom is rooted in your own concepts of worth, rather than in the shifting opinions of others. The Stoics cautioned about the perils of seeking approval, that it is a form of self-enslavement, giving others power to define us. When we seek validation from others, we give away our power because their perceptions will become our realities. But as we turn our gaze inward, as we align with our values and act with integrity, we free ourselves of this dependence. How do you start the process of freeing yourself from the need for approval? It begins with self-awareness. Think about the things you do and why you do them. Do you do them to be liked or because they align with your principles? Create conviction in your choices and have faith that they reflect your values. Understand that not everyone will agree with you or support your choices, and that's perfectly fine. When you are genuine, you draw in real connections built on respect and common interests. It is just as important to learn to say no. In a world that asks so much of us, to say no is an act of self-respect. This doesn't mean spurning opportunities or people. It's about reinforcing your priorities and establishing boundaries that safeguard your time and energy. Saying no may feel awkward at first, particularly if you are someone who is afraid of disappointing others. But with practice, it becomes an empowering skill, a means of making sure that you remain aligned with your values and goals. Finally, perhaps the most significant lesson from Stoicism is the ability to let go. The Stoics remind us to separate from feeling bad about what we can't control, such as other people's actions, our circumstances, etc., from how we act, how we feel, what we value, etc. Disconnecting from attachment to that which is outside our control isn't about treating life indifferently. It's about applying our energy to that which we can truly influence. When we stop holding so tightly to external outcomes, we stop giving away our power to the uncontrollable, and we experience peace and ease, even in the uncertainty of life. Stoics would soon discover as we go through life with Stoic thought habits, it is, oh, so true. You have the power within you. It's our choice how we respond to challenges, how we live with integrity, what we believe, and what we value. This additional wisdom helps us to understand that the secret to leading a life that is true, purposeful and nourishing does not lie in the worldly success or material wealth we accumulate, but rather in the pursuit of strengthening our character and inner peace. Thank you for going on this journey with me today. Let's keep growing together, learning from the ancient wisdom of Stoicism to build lives of meaning, resilience, and virtue. We can transform challenges into opportunities and obstacles into stepping stones toward the life we're supposed to be living.